just before, when we were having a break, I bumped into a colleague, ex-colleague of mine, Jason White. Are you in the room, Jason, somewhere? He's probably out. He's just stepped out, just as I said that. Jason and I... Sorry? Jason and I ran a program at ANZ in 2009 where we had autistic people getting the opportunity to have interviews, mock interviews with staff at ANZ. And whilst that was great to do that in 2009, there's absolutely no way that either of us could have imagined that within 10 years there would be something so big around autism at work. So many people are now involved, as Kellen said. Even the amount of work that's happened in the last 12 months is quite extraordinary. So it will be interesting to see where we come to next year, which is part of my presentation. I'm very interested to find out how many employers are in the room at the moment. If you could put your hands up, how many of you are employers? Great. And then how many of you are keen to start an Autism at Work program? Okay, great. How many of you are ready to start an Autism at Work program, do you think? Okay, good. There's a few hands. Great. And how many have started an Autism at Work program? Great. Okay. So one of the, I guess, things that we really want to do here is leverage the existing work that we have and be able to share and collaborate with the community of employers about how to get these programs started and how to get them sustained. So let me just do... I'm juggling two systems at the one time. Hold on. Yes, I'm seeing that. Oh, there we go. Great. Excellent. So our aim is to create an online space for employers to be able to jump in and collaborate. So we will have organisations only in which we will have particular resources available, where these resources, we have an expectation that when we share them with others, that they will actively use those in their organisations, but also report back any modifications, changes, how they're using it, because every organisation is different, each cohort's going to be different. So it's a bit of a leg up, but it's not necessarily the Bible that you'll receive. So we have a platform to which we've made this available. The Autism CRC is an organisation that provides collaboration between industry and researchers. So our roundtable will be like a social networking space in which resources will be available, and the interactions between the group members will be confidential and private. So there will be no other eyes on this. So what will our roundtable look like and consist of? So each user will have a profile. We will know which organisation they're from, what role they have in their organisation, and we can have multiple people from organisations, so it's not just one person. Organisations like DXC and ANZ will be sharing their resources. So they've been working at this for 4 years. So there are everything from business cases, how to prepare a business case, how to train staff, project planning, reporting, all of those kinds of documents that many organisations would be needing to create from scratch. All those currently exist and are ready for consumption and use. Really importantly, though, we don't want people just to download material and run off and go off into the sunset. What we really need at this point is significant insight into how those resources are being shared, what is actually happening during implementation, what are the challenges, what are the positives, and bring some of this back into the community. So people like DXC, ANZ will be in this space and will be able to potentially talk a little bit about how they went or what their experiences were in some of these implementations. And we really will begin to create a bit of a reporting process so that people are really checking things out, bringing it back in with modifications and with some real clarity as to experience to further improve the way we roll these Autism at Work programs out over time. So I touched on it very briefly before, but some of the resources are available are how to get started documentation, examples of business cases. We've got some progress report templates. We have management training documentation and resources, and we'll also make current research findings available through this portal as well. So, who can join? I asked you at the beginning how many people were either keen to start, ready to start, or had already started. So we're after all three cohorts. We're after people at every stage of that journey because I think everyone needs support, and then we're going to build a much larger group of people that are engaged, not just at an annual level like this, where we're getting together, that on a daily and weekly level is where we're heading with this. So just some guidelines that we will have as part of the group, which are obviously every group needs guidelines and some rules to abide by. So only available to organisations. So we only really want employers in this space. We're not going to be marketing products and services to the group members. This is a safe space purely around how to roll out these programs. Naturally, respectful communication of others' views is going to be important. Use of evidence-based research to back up statements. So part of the amount of research that we've been all investing in this work will be very valuable. And of course, all of our conversations will be confidential. Autism CRC owns the platform, so it's not a third-party place. This will be happening. So if you want to join our roundtable, we have a site up on our webpage up, which is autismcrc.com/employer roundtable. You can sign. Oh, thank you, Kelly. Thanks. So autismcrc.com.au/employer roundtable. There will be an application form that you can fill out. It's only about a handful of fields. We will obviously review it and then communicate with you. Naturally, after this, we're going off to lunch. So if you feel like you'd like to come and have a chat, now would be a good... Sorry?
After this is me, lunch.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Jeanette. My stomach is grumbling. I thought it was time. But yeah, during lunchtime, feel free to come and say hello to myself, and we can talk about next steps. So thank you for your time, and moving right along.